The showdown between Tony and Parker took center stage in the final weeks of the season.
Parker Waterland.
Parker buys his own land.
I know what that is, and I'm not happy for it.
For years, fans believed the Beets dynasty was unshakable. Tony ruled the Klondike, and Kevin was his heir. But now everything has changed. Kevin didn't just step away. He turned his back on his father and crossed the line to join Parker Schnabel. Why would Kevin risk family, fortune, and reputation to team up with Tony's biggest rival? What deal was struck behind closed doors? And what could this mean for the future of the gold rush? The truth isn't simple. Stay with us. Because the truth behind Kevin's shocking choice is darker, riskier, and far more dangerous than anyone imagined. The rift that changed the Beets family forever. For as long as anyone can remember, Tony Beets has been the face of hard-nosed mining. With his booming voice and legendary blonde locks, he built a gold mining empire through sheer grit and an unflinching approach to challenges. His children grew up in this unforgiving world, learning to work the land and operate machinery almost before they could walk. The eldest of the Beets siblings seemed destined to carry the torch, showing promise with technical know-how and an unrelenting drive to succeed. Yet the relationship between father and son was never simple. Behind the scenes, their shared passion for mining often turned into heated clashes over how things should be done. Before we delve into this, it's clear that Kevin's choice wasn't just a bold move. It was a decision that could tear the Beets family apart, and the fallout will shock you. Despite being the heir apparent, the eldest sibling always seemed restless under Tony's shadow. While his father favored old-school methods and muscle over finesse, he had other ideas. Drawn to innovation, he saw opportunities in technology and streamlined processes. These differences might have seemed like minor disagreements to outsiders, but within the Beets family, they were cracks that deepened with every mining season. His desire to carve his own path grew stronger with every argument over machinery or methods, making it clear that his vision for the future didn't align with Tony's. Enter Parker Schnabel, the golden prodigy of the gold mining world. Parker's approach couldn't have been more different from Tony's. Young, ambitious, and tech-savvy, Parker represented a new wave of mining. His crew worked like a well-oiled machine, and his use of data-driven techniques made him a standout in the industry. Parker's rise wasn't without controversy, though. He was often pitted against Tony in the public eye, with their rivalry fueling countless debates about the old guard versus the new. While Tony dismissed Parker as an overconfident upstart, Parker's results spoke for themselves. The breaking point came during one of the Beets family's toughest seasons. Equipment failures, bad weather, and mounting pressure from Tony created a perfect storm of frustration. Feeling cornered, undervalued, and increasingly at odds with the way things were being run, the eldest Beets child began to look elsewhere. Meanwhile, Parker was having a banner year, pulling in record-breaking gold totals and proving his methods worked. Rumors swirled that Parker was looking to expand, and the idea of working with someone who might actually appreciate innovative ideas became too tempting to ignore. When he announced he was leaving the Beets crew to join Parker, the backlash was swift and brutal. To many, this wasn't just a career move, it was a betrayal of the family name. The Beets crew had always been synonymous with loyalty, and the departure felt like a slap in the face to everything they stood for. Tony, predictably, was furious. Publicly, he maintained his trademark gruff demeanor, brushing off questions about the situation. Privately, though, it was clear the move cut deep. For Tony, this wasn't just a professional loss, it was a personal wound. On Parker's end, gaining a member of the Beets crew was a coup. Adding someone with years of experience and insider knowledge gave Parker a significant advantage in an already competitive field. The change seemed to reinvigorate his new team member, allowing innovative ideas to finally take shape without constant clashes. The two shared a mutual respect, and their partnership quickly began to yield impressive results. Insights into efficient mining operations meshed perfectly with Parker's forward-thinking approach, making them a formidable team. The fallout within the Beets family, however, was far from over. Siblings Monica and Mike were caught in the middle of the feud. Both had chosen to stay with their father, and the departure left a sour taste. Monica, in particular, struggled with feelings of betrayal, while Mike tried to focus on keeping the family operation running smoothly. Family gatherings became tense, with unspoken resentment hanging heavy in the air. The once unbreakable bond of the Beets family was now strained to its limits. In the mining community, opinions were split. Some admired the boldness of stepping away, seeing it as a step toward independence and growth. Others labeled the move as a betrayal, accusing the eldest sibling of abandoning the family for personal gain. The drama added fuel to the rivalry between Tony and Parker, turning what had already been a heated competition into an all-out battle. Fans of the show and industry insiders alike watched with bated breath, dissecting every move and speculating about what would happen next. One big decision can change everything, bringing both successes and struggles no one expected. A new path built on determination. For the person at the heart of it all, joining Parker wasn't just about mining, it was a declaration of independence. Showing the world they could succeed on their own terms, beyond Tony's shadow, came at a high price. The already strained bond with his father grew even more fractured. While career victories arrived quickly, the personal cost was undeniable. Tony, on the other hand, tried to move on. He threw himself into his mining operations, focusing on rebuilding and proving that the Beets crew could thrive without the departed member. Yet those close to him noticed the absence had left a mark. Tony prided himself on weathering any storm, but this one hit differently. The loss wasn't only a setback for the crew. It was a stark reminder that even the strongest families can break under pressure. Parker's crew, strengthened by the new member, kept setting new records. Their wins felt like vindication, but they also deepened the divide with the Beets family. As Parker's team celebrated, the Beets crew pressed on, determined to show they could still compete at the top. The rivalry between the two crews grew fiercer, with every gold haul and every stumble dissected by fans and critics alike. This is a story of ambition, tension, and the search for one's place in a world full of larger-than-life personalities. It shows that loyalty can cut both ways, and chasing independence often comes at a price. Leaving wasn't easy, but it was a crucial step toward building a new legacy. For Tony, it was a painful lesson in family and leadership. For Parker, it was a strategic move that cemented his reputation as one of the smartest operators in the business. As the dust settles, the future is uncertain. The new partnership is moving full steam ahead, but the wounds left on the Beets family will take time to heal. Whether this choice is remembered as a bold gamble or a reckless betrayal will only be seen with time. One thing is clear. In gold mining, where fortunes rise and fall with each season, the drama is far from over. Mining isn't just about striking gold, it's a high-pressure mix of ambition, heavy machinery, and clashing personalities. Gold Rush has never hidden how messy and intense it gets when gold fever meets extreme pressure. Across seasons, the show has delivered countless fiery feuds, some explosive, some quietly simmering, but all riveting to watch. These conflicts often come from equipment failures, missed targets, or simply personalities that collide. It's the kind of drama fans love, but for the miners, it's their everyday reality. From the very first season, the Hoffman crew set the tone for chaos. Led by Todd Hoffman, the team was big on dreams, but short on experience. Their lack of know-how quickly became a recipe for disaster, with constant equipment breakdowns and poor yields raising stress levels. Tensions boiled over when Jim Dorsey and Greg Remsburg clashed in a way no one could ignore. Tempers flared, fists flew, and Dorsey's departure felt more like an eruption than a resolution. The crew even demolished his abandoned cabin, almost as if trying to erase the tension he left behind. Fast forward to Season 7, and Dave Turin found himself at odds with Trey Polson. This wasn't just a minor disagreement. It was a full-blown battle of egos that escalated into an outright brawl. Turin, tasked with managing a team, ended up providing equipment to Polson's more successful operation. The imbalance of success was bad enough, but when their frustration boiled over into punches, it became clear that working together was no longer an option. After years of loyalty to the Hoffman crew, Turin walked away, marking the end of an era for one of the show's most consistent players. Rivalries grow from clashes of ideas and pride, leaving a mark on both work and personal lives. The power struggles of the gold rush. Another legendary feud has been the ongoing power struggle between Parker Schnabel and Tony Beets. Schnabel, the young hotshot, initially saw Beets as a mentor. However, Beets's no-nonsense style and sky-high expectations made their relationship more combustible than collaborative. Over the years, their disputes shifted from personal mentorship to professional rivalries, with land access and royalty sparking constant clashes. Season 8 saw one of their biggest showdowns when Beets pulled the plug on Schnabel's wash plant, wielding his authority like a weapon. Schnabel hit back in his own way by dumping excess dirt on Beets's land, proving he wouldn't be pushed around so easily. Their relationship, marked by grudging respect and constant friction, remains one of the show's defining dynamics. Tensions weren't limited to rivalries between crews. Even within the Hoffman camp, conflict seemed inevitable. Back in Season 1, Dakota Fred Hurt joined the crew and instantly rubbed people the wrong way. His sharp tongue and critical attitude didn't sit well, particularly with James Harness, who became a frequent target of Fred's criticisms. The tension between them disrupted the group's fragile unity, creating a powder keg that seemed ready to explode at any moment. Then, in Season 3, Dustin's arrogant behavior as foreman led to another round of infighting. His attitude pushed the crew's patience to the brink, forcing him to eat humble pie and apologize just to keep the operation running. Season 11 introduced a fresh twist with Fred Lewis and his team of military veterans. While their camaraderie was impressive, the pressure of mining for gold put even their strong bonds to the test. One unforgettable moment came when Lewis clashed with Johnny Stans over critical decisions, sparking a heated argument that threatened to derail the entire crew's efforts. Lewis stormed off in frustration, leaving the rest of the team questioning whether they could hold it together. The intense demands of gold mining once again proved that no level of brotherhood could fully shield a team from internal conflict. Leadership struggles have fueled plenty of drama over the years. Parker Schnabel, often the youngest boss on site, faced resistance from older, more experienced crew members. His aggressive management style and relentless push to meet targets didn't always sit well, leading to notable clashes like the one with Dean Toshak in Season 9. Toshak's frustration with Schnabel's methods highlighted the challenges of leading a team where youth and experience often collided head-on. These moments underscored just how hard it is to balance ambition with teamwork in such a high-stakes environment. Financial pressures have also been a constant source of friction. Season 10 saw Rick Ness struggling with mounting debts and a series of equipment failures. The stress of chasing gold with limited resources created a tense atmosphere, with disagreements over priorities and strategies bubbling to the surface. Meanwhile, Tony Beets' ambitious expansion plans often caused clashes within his own family as he pushed for larger dredging operations. The tension trickled down to his crew, including his own children. Kevin Beets, in particular, found himself at odds with his father's relentless demands, a dynamic that unfolded dramatically in Season 15, when Kevin decided to go his own way. These power struggles and personal conflicts added another layer of complexity to an already volatile operation. Family drama wasn't limited to the Beets clan, though they often dominated the spotlight. The tension between Tony and Kevin symbolized the broader challenge of mixing business with family. Whether it involved control, ambition, or simply different visions for the future, their disputes highlighted how personal relationships can complicate an already demanding industry. Watching these feuds play out, it's clear that while gold may glitter, family bonds often take the hardest hits. Throughout its many seasons, Gold Rush has shown that the pursuit of wealth isn't just about dirt, machinery, and shiny nuggets. It's about people, their ambitions, flaws, and the sometimes disastrous collisions of both. Each conflict, sparked by egos, finances, or misunderstandings, adds another chapter to the show's ongoing drama. For the miners, these struggles are real, with stakes that go far beyond what viewers see on screen. But for the audience, these feuds serve as a reminder that the true cost of gold isn't measured in ounces. It's measured in relationships tested and sometimes broken. The explosive moments of Gold Rush act as a microcosm of the human experience, where hope, greed, speed, and resilience collide unpredictably. It's this raw, unfiltered look at people under pressure that keeps fans coming back season after season. The show's biggest feuds aren't just entertaining. They reflect the lengths people will go to chase their dreams, even if it means burning bridges along the way. And as long as gold remains to be found, the drama will keep digging deeper. Each new season brings fresh faces, new challenges, and the same persistent question: how far will they go to strike it rich? From the rugged Klondike to carving out his own path, Kevin Beets' story is about making his mark in gold mining. From the Klondike to the spotlight. Born on June 10, 1988, Kevin Beets entered the world in a family where gold ran deeper than the veins in the Klondike. His parents, Tony and Minnie Beets, were not just any couple. They were legends in the mining world. He was the first of their 3 children, with a younger brother, Mike, born in 1990, and a sister, Monica, born in 1993. The Beets siblings grew up surrounded by the roar of heavy machinery and the grind of gold dust. For Kevin, gold mining wasn't just a job waiting in the wings. It was a lifestyle inherited before he could even hold a pickaxe. From a young age, his playground wasn't a backyard, but the rugged terrain of the Klondike. By the time he turned 13, he was no stranger to the mines. His father, Tony Beets, made sure he got a first-hand education, not from books, but from hauling rocks, repairing machines, and watching fortunes made and lost in the blink of an eye. Growing up in such an environment, he learned that hard work wasn't optional. It was the rule. It didn't take long for him to develop a tough-as-nails attitude, one that matched his father's renowned no-nonsense persona. When he hit 19, the responsibility piled on. By then, he wasn't just helping out, he was running crews at the Paradise Hill claim. It was a job that came with high stakes, and he proved he could handle it. Years of early exposure to mining operations gave him an edge most others his age could only dream of. Yet he didn't stop there. While he could have rested on his family's reputation, he chose to carve his own path, a decision that would shape his future in unexpected ways. His thirst for knowledge pulled him away from the mines, at least for a while. He enrolled at the University of New Brunswick, immersing himself in a unique blend of interdisciplinary leadership and computer science. Graduating in 2012, he didn't just walk away with a degree, he gained a whole new perspective. His education reshaped how he approached mining, combining technology and leadership into a formula that would soon prove invaluable. While others saw gold mining as pure muscle and grit, he was ready to bring brains to the table. Armed with his degree, he returned to the family business bursting with fresh ideas and renewed determination. Between 2011 and 2013, he took charge of the Eureka campsite, a key mining project that cemented his role as a leader. His management went beyond keeping operations running. He aimed to push the limits. He found ways to make the work faster, safer, and more efficient, showing that modern methods could seamlessly complement traditional mining techniques. But leadership was only part of his story. He was a master of machinery, a wizard with a welding torch, and a mechanical genius who could make even the most stubborn equipment hum like new. This hands-on skill became one of his biggest assets. Whether fabricating new parts or breathing life into old machines, his expertise saved the Beets mining operations both time and money. It's no exaggeration to say that his technical know-how became a backbone of the family's success. While his focus remained on the business, his work also brought him into the spotlight. Discovery Channel's Gold Rush put the Beets family in millions of living rooms, and he quickly became a recognizable face for fans. On screen, his skill and dedication shone through, but so did his drive to modernize mining. He wasn't satisfied with sticking to old habits. He championed innovation, whether new technology or safer practices, always challenging the limits of what the family business could achieve. In his personal life, he found someone who matched his passion for mining and tireless work ethic. His partner, Faith Ting, became not just a teammate on Gold Rush, but also a cornerstone of support in his life. Together, they navigated the high-pressure world of mining, proving that shared goals could build a solid foundation for both love and work. Their relationship mirrored his dedication, not just to his career, but to building something enduring in every area of life. His story is one of grit, determination, and an unrelenting drive to improve. From a 13-year-old learning the ropes in the mines to a university graduate revolutionizing the family business, his journey has been anything but ordinary. Along the way, he's shown that mining isn't just about digging for gold. It's about evolving constantly and finding new ways to succeed. For him, the future shines as brightly as the gold he's devoted his life to, and his contributions to the industry are sure to leave a lasting mark. Is Kevin's decision to partner with Parker a smart move for the future, or an unforgivable betrayal of family loyalty? Share your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.